Hi, welcome to my channel, and of course welcome to your reading. Sorry that I have not posted any readings for a while, but I've been quite affected by the energies. So if any of you have been feeling tired, possibly like a sort of depression that is kind of not yours, and just a bit like unmotivated, then you've kind of been feeling what's been going on as well. So I'm sorry for that, and let's get started and see what is going to come through today. Okay, why have you manifested this reading? Okay, they're saying 3 cards from here, and I'm going to pull. Okay, so we have wisdom. Okay, and then we have the divine, and we have initiation. Okay, so I think before I start talking about these 3, I'm going to pull a few tarot because there's quite a bit that's coming through, and I'm going to need to fine tune it a little. Keeping in mind that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates for you and leave whatever doesn't for whoever it's meant for. Okay, let's see. This card wants to come through. The Emperor. Okay, so just from this card coming through, there is a lot taking place in your life at the moment, or the lives of this collective, and a lot of stuff is coming through, and there are almost a lot of things to manage. You know, she's kind of where I see her, it actually reminds me of when my little one was born. She sort of came out waving her hands, and my first thought was she's conducting the music of the universe, and that is very much the feeling that I get from this card. That being said, when the Emperor card comes out, there is often, or not often, sorry, let me say this again. There can be the possibility of one trying to over control things, too structured, in a way that doesn't allow things to flow. So that is possibly just a warning, but the feeling that I get is that right now there is so much going on, and you are kind of, conducting the music of your universe. And this card also wants to come through the 10 of emotions. So I mean, this is just beautiful. This is the 10 of cups in a regular tarot, and the 10 of cups is, for me, the 9 of cups and the 10 of cups are the 2 of the happiest cards in the tarot. The 9, because it's right before everything is kind of where it's meant to be, right? But you know it's about to be there. It's like sitting in the knowing of whereas with the 10, it's celebrating being in all that you have sort of envisioned. And it's not so much about a dreams coming true card. I mean, this can be a reflection of things taking place internally, not necessarily externally, as this is the 10 of emotions. But what it indicates is that in this collective, in this journey, from the 8 of cups to the 9 of cups, that there is a place that is being reached, right? And that's like where the divine, and I'm going to just pick the divine and the wisdom come in, right? There is lessons have been learned, or are being learned. You have maybe opened yourself up to new possibilities, to new ideas, to just different ways of experiencing the world, of how you filter the world. How we see the world is through our lens, the lens that was created, in our childhood, our core beliefs. And what I'm seeing here, what I'm feeling is that in this collective a lot of self-work. There's been a lot of inner work that has been or is being done, which is not always easy, but it is almost very necessary to get to the stage where you can almost step back and go with the flow. Here we have, okay, 7 of emotions. Okay, so just quickly, as this is a collective reading, there are some people that are doing the inner work, right, that have been doing it, that have been asking the right questions, that have been looking at their triggers. And, you know, there are others where things are still being initiated. There's still, as you can see here, she's kind of looking at the fish and choosing what is resonant and what is no longer resonant. And this can be a process where sometimes we can not get stuck, but we can spend a lot of time wondering, lost in the almost not being sure what to let go, right? The 7 of emotions, the 7 of cups is before the 8 of cups, right? Before the step to release is taken. So for some people in this collective, you might need to look at what things you're holding on to and why, and what is or is not serving you. I'm going to pull a few clarifiers on this because I've just been guided to. But that being, just before I do, with this initiation card, that is what the universe works in beautiful, mysterious, and often, I want to say chaotic ways. And the quote, something that's just coming to me is, and I'm just going to say it because it's coming to me. People have, or in my experience, I've always found that people have a very misinformed definition of anarchy, right? Anarchy being chaos. But in my experience and in my understanding, anarchy is people for the people. So in order to sort of get to a point where we are for the people, for the collective, in service of one, the universe sometimes has to throw quite a bit of stuff at us in order for us to realize the lessons or drop the beliefs or the perspectives that are holding us back, that are keeping us stuck, that are keeping us from releasing that which needs to be released, right? There's fear and doubt and many reasons for why, you know, this could be taking place. There could be practical reasons. So it'll, like I said, it will be different for everyone. But for those of you that are struggling, take pause with yourself and understand that there is no judgment or shame or blame or guilt in where you are at. You are at the place that you are at for a reason. And yeah, you are just adding more tools to your toolbox, essentially. But let's see what they have to say, what they can give us some advice there. Okay. Ha. So we've got the Hanged Muse. We've got the Justice card, which I'll speak about at the end. And then we've got the page of emotions. So I'm going to start first by talking about the Hanged Muse, and then I'll come into the other 2 cards. So with the Hanged Muse, it is very much that you are in a trap of your own making, your own design, and it is a mental one. It is not real. The cage is not real. The key is right there. I know I particularly remember the write-up for this card in the book, and you know, it says, like, with a thought and trust, she could be jumping timelines. And so yeah, there is very much a shift, a change of perspective that needs to take place, because the true you, right, the true you that is completely in alignment and in sync and in flow with that which resonates with you, is knocking to come through, right? Like your divine self, your inner child is calling to be healed. So be gentle with yourself, and do not get frustrated with wherever you are at, or there is no there is no correct amount of time to do anything. There is only the correct amount of time for you, and yes, but they are really saying, please be gentle with yourself, because there is quite a lot, taking place within you, within the collective energy. As I said, I've been struggling with the energies, but there's a lot taking place internally. And this particular card is actually not just for those that are in this it's not quite limbo. It's the best word that I can sort of find to describe what they're showing me. But yeah, there's this being lost in the process, and not looking up to see that the answer is right there, that the solution is absolutely right there. So coming back to this page of emotions, so as I've said, there is this coming into oneself, right, into the understanding, or at least the beginning of some form of understanding of exactly who and what you are, past this life experience, and gifts are coming through, and awareness and possibilities, right? This is the card of possibilities, of dreams coming true, of all the potentials becoming potentials. There is, I don't know, there is this, sorry, I'm just trying to put into words what they're giving me, and it's it's a little confusing, but there, and I think it's to do with the current energies as well. So maybe a lot of you have been having vivid dreams, or prophetic dreams, or a lot of deja vu, or almost feeling like you're jumping timelines, which is maybe why I specifically remembered the write-up from this book. But there is, as I said, a lot taking place internally and externally, and it can be slightly overwhelming, like there's a lot coming towards her, and it's a beautiful thing, but yeah, when lots comes at us, sometimes it can be overwhelming. So the reminder here is to stay grounded, and to stay in the knowing that everything is working out for you. I'm just going to give a quick shuffle of the Muse Tarot, just to see if there is anything else that needs to come through. And yes, there is. Okay, the Priestess. So this is very much, this card's been popping out a lot in a lot of personal readings that I have been doing, and I think it's because it's what is. I think I am more than think, but it is my understanding that this is what is taking place for the collective, this intuitive connection to that which we think is outside of us, but is actually within us. If you look really close, you can see that, okay, there's all the symbols around her, and then there's this sort of light on our forehead, this intuitive psychic light. Like as the priestess card, you know, the priestess is about coming out of the shadows. You know, she's in the mystical stage. She is, well, you are, this collective is awakening and uniting and tapping into things that maybe they weren't able to tap into before. And that is a beautiful thing, because that, you know, that is what is allowing you to be the master of your own universe. And yes, for those of you that are, you know, struggling a little bit, just remember to be kind to yourself. Everybody's trauma is different. And yeah, we all experience things in a different way, and sometimes some stories that we hold onto, some of the pain, some of the trauma is more difficult to release than others. And but it does all occur in the right timing. Okay, have a beautiful now. Bye bye.